Hey there, fellow classic comic collectors. As always, I'm Scott Harris King, and today, as promised, the day is finally here. We're gonna give you a complete run madness, part one, full run of DC's Young Romance. We're gonna start with issue 125, and we're gonna go up through issue, I think, 167. So, get to that in a second. Just want to thank you all for coming here. This has been a long time coming. I've been showing you the haul videos as I've been picking these up for years now. And I originally started this many, many years ago. So this is very exciting. I will say that a lot of these are low grade. So Young Romance, my collection is lower grade than my Young Love run, which we'll be doing in a little while. There's a number of copies that are like really low grade. I've got a number with writing on the cover, including some doodles on the cover, like runs the whole gamut. But it's not the easiest run to put together, and I'm really excited. I don't think this is something you'll probably see too many other places. Yeah, I'm just really excited. The last few weeks I've been really focused on my Kickstarter, which is done and it was successful. So I want to thank everyone who backed that. And even if you didn't back it, I appreciate all your support as I've been working on that. So that's why this video is a little bit late. I usually try and do like videos every Monday and then every either Thursday or Friday, but just totally swamped. But I'm just about done getting everything all settled after that. I'll be having some update videos going through the process of fulfilling the Kickstarter and just do like a recap of how it went and stuff like that later for those who are interested in that sort of thing. But for now, let's get back into the back issues. We're going to start right off here. Boom, it's Young Romance 125. Now, I've talked about the history of Young Romance before, but just real quick in case you're not familiar with it. Series began in 1947. It was published by Prize/Crestwood, which is a company that was done by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby, who created the romance genre with the first issue of Young Romance, which I do have. I showed that in a haul video a little while ago. That's Kirby eventually left. Changed from they changed the publisher name a couple times. Blah blah blah. Eventually. All of the titles were sold to DC. So this was in 63, 64. And so the last issue from Prize/Crestwood was 124. First DC issue, 125. And I used to have some of those. I've sold them off. But the change in quality is drastic. It gets so much better immediately when DC takes over. And we start off, because they've got John Romita doing the comic. So we have here 125, not the easiest issue of Young Romance to find. First DC issue. And then with the next issue, we have the first of DC's ongoing soap operas. I say the first, I haven't really checked the time because they had like 3 that are running about the same time here. Young Romance, Young Love, and Girls' Love Stories all had ongoing soap operas that started around the same time. But Young Romance number 126 is the first appearance of Bonnie Taylor. Meet Bonnie Taylor, the lovely airline stewardess who flies in and out of romantic adventures. The stewardess and me? No, you just imagined there's something between us. You can tell from Bonnie's face. She didn't imagine it. It was real. Featuring Flight 101 to Heartbreak. So, over in Young Love, we'll talk about this when I get to that video. They were doing Registered Nurse Mary Robin. But the Bonnie Taylor ones, I love this series because, and over in Girls' Love Stories, they have April O'Day, Hollywood Starlet. But I love these because it gives Romita an excuse to draw all these great travel covers that take place in different cities around the world, starting with the next cover, which is one of my favorites from the entire run of Young Romance. It's 127 with this great Colosseum cover. Absolutely love it. This run of covers from Romita here, they're just great. Wait till you see some of the colors on these lush backgrounds. They're just fantastic. And I just love this Colosseum cover here. Bill's gonna ask me to marry him. I just know it. And then Bill's thinking, how can I tell her it's all over? variation on a theme. We see lots and lots and lots of DC romance in particular where some version of those thought bubbles are happening. Featuring another face, another love. Let's take another look at this great Coliseum cover. Next issue, love the colors on this. Here they are. I think they're in the Alps. But check this out. The choice to have the black logo with the yellow outline against this background, that logo just pops right off. Even the yellow bar at the top, it says, "Girls, you can be Miss Young America, see announcement." But I just the colors on this is issue 128. And then 129. My copy's really low grade, it's got water damage. But look at the amazing colors on this one. The fantastic sky with the windmill, because now I guess she's in Holland. Trina, he doesn't even realize he's calling me by someone else's name. Too late for love. Look at the amazing sky on this. These covers are great. Next one, not as good as these, but these are people getting off a plane. Bonnie, I hope you find your true love too. I did, but he's staying here with you. Not one of the better covers in this line, because we've already seen some amazing ones, right? And there's a couple great ones still coming with some great locations. 131, here's one that takes place at an airport. Lori must never know what happened between Todd and me, but can I ever forget? So Lori and Todd are kissing on the stairs. Bonnie gets involved with a lot of people who are like engaged, who are best friends. Bonnie's not very trustworthy. I wouldn't trust Bonnie. I'm just saying. If you've got a significant other and you're like, hey, my significant other is going to be in St. Louis next weekend. Hey, my friend Bonnie is going to be there because she's a stewardess. Hey, Bonnie, could you show my significant other the town while they're there? Don't do it. Bonnie will steal them. Here's a classic. We see Romita do versions of this cover several times. Where a guy is carrying a woman out of the surf. Great cover, 132. Marie, now that I've found you, I'll never let you go. And she's thinking, how can I tell him I'm not his lost sweetheart? I can answer that. You can be like, Marie. Oops, I just dropped an F-bomb. You can be like, who the heck is Marie? Because, like, it's not that complicated to just be like, no, hey, my name is Bonnie. But great Romita cover. Here's another great one. It's 133, and this one's in Venice. Check it out. Mine's really crappy. You can see someone drew on the thing. There's writing on here. But just the Venice backdrop, the gondolas. Our romance was as dazzling as a falling star and as hopeless. And yet, even now, my heart would have... I can't read that word because it's got a marker over it. Opened. Opened? My heart would have opened madly for Tommy. That's a strange thing for a heart to do, is open madly. And what was to follow. Anyway. Great cover. Here's a skiing cover. Not a big fan of the skiing covers. It's 134. Once the novelty of my lips wore off, he found another pupil. Here's one of the all-time best covers. All-time great covers. Great gray wash. I think it's probably Jack Adler. 135. I think I've showed this before. I love this. The moody sky. I've come back to you, Johnny Shannon, on the very spot where we promised to meet a year ago. but she can't see that on the other side of the boulder it says, "In memory of Captain John Shannon, lost at sea." This is one where this cover is taken from the splash page, which a lot of these are, but it doesn't look anything like this really because the coloring is completely different. It's just a very flat, like, interior sort of coloring. But this gray wash just makes this cover one of the best. 136. Here she is in Scotland now, and it's raining. "Don't run away from me, lassie, or we will never see each other again. I can't help it. I'm afraid." I don't know, Tartan Phantom, does this look like an authentic tartan? "I'm Bonnie Taylor, airline stewardess. I've sought for my one true love all over the world, from Coney Island to the Riviera. But when I finally did find him, I was too cowardly to hold on to him, and my hungry lips had to be satisfied with one kiss forever." So following this, we start getting this. Bonnie Taylor's still in the series, but we get other covers, and then she disappears. So here's 137. All of a sudden, Bonnie Taylor's gone from the cover. We got Gene Colan doing the covers, and a lot of text. "Is there an age limit on love? You'll learn the startling answer in the searing confession of a teenager's first heartbreak." But it does have a thing here saying also new Bonnie Taylor. So she's still in the book, but she's been relegated to the background. Romita's not doing the covers anymore. Once again, we get Gene Colan, who, they're going from one great artist to another great artist with the covers. I don't think these are his best romance covers. 139. What does an unattractive girl have to do to find love? Read "Kiss Me, Kiss Me." And here's another classic motif where the girl's sister is stealing the boyfriend. What would you do about a sister no boy could resist, including your own steady? Read How to Lose Your Boyfriend. 140. Okay, now this isn't Colan. I think this looks to me like it's Pike. It's a very sketchy Pike. We're in this sketchy area. There's a period here where his art is very sketchy for a few years. "Her heart was torn between the memory of one man and the reality of another." Read Live Without Love. Some very bold design work with the colors going on here. I love how they've slanted the logo to go with the line of the drapes behind them, and just the red, white, and blue. Really cool. Next issue, we get the Go-Go checks. I just showed this issue in the last haul video that I did. It's Funny Bunny. Which is, as we discussed in that video, sort of a takeoff of Funny Girl. 142. I've got a low-grade copy here. I think this is Pike again. I'm not 100% sure on some of these. But it's a Masquerade cover. I love Masquerade covers. There's like a couple dozen or 30, 40. There's lots of Masquerade covers. It's a really popular motif in romance comics, and I love them. I love them all. Again, great colors. They use some great popping contrast colors on these issues. Second Go-Go checks. We just started that last issue. 143, Betrayed. Reveals the truth about a man's heart. Did she want more out of her love than any man could give her? Read I want our love to be different. Uh, 144. I know I really love him, so why do I hate his kisses? Maybe, I don't know, is he a smoker, maybe? Does he have bad breath? Is that it? Maybe he's sloppy? Maybe it's like slobber kisses. Like a dog might give you. Again, great colors on these. This is really low grade. I got a whole batch of these all at once in the 140s and 150s. They were like an attic find, and they're all like crusty, like a lot of tanning and stuff. 145, nice date stamp, October 11, 1966. Number 146, very moody. So long, honey. You sure had me sold on your sweet innocent act until Joe here told me all about you. Very dramatic. Again, the design on these is great with this big curtain. It's covering this whole part, and he's sort of like peeking out from behind it. Great design. 147. Too fickle to be faithful. This one's really trashed. Really bad. Uh, 148. Sometimes girls' past mistakes have a way of catching up with her. Read, what kind of girl are you? This is similar to a couple issues ago. You phony. You acted like a sweet innocent kid with me, but that's not the way he tells it. These guys are basically slut shaming them. She had the audacity to like kiss this guy, and now he's smearing her name all around town. So, jerk move. Society in general, jerk move, but this guy in particular, real jerk. And this guy for buying it and also caring, jerk move. All jerks. Last Go-Go Checks issue, 149. Goodbye, Go-Go Checks. Feels more open than some of the previous ones. Like, I do feel like with the Go-Go Checks gone, we're starting to transition into a new design period. The font, the stuff, just the balloon, everything's more frenetic. It's more loose. It's not so buttoned down. And then, of course, everyone's been waiting for this one. It's 150. One of the all-time great romance covers. Like a top 5 all-time great romance cover. I've had 4 copies of this, and of course I kept the nicest one because I do like this one a lot. J. Scott Pike, been homaged a number of times. I really don't have much to say about this. I've shown this in a number of videos because it's one of the greats. I've found 3 copies of this, I think. I think I found 3 in comic stores, 2 for sure, but none recently. 151, I think this is Pike, but it's a little hard to tell because people have doodled all over the faces on this one. This is one of my lowest grade ones. You can see that, they've clearly gone to town here. 142, oh darling, you're everything I ever wanted in a man, and why can't I love you? Giant heads. We're starting to get some dramatic giant heads. So that the camera is zooming in closer on some of these. We're going to see this again. I think this next one might be Rosenberger. I don't know that, but it looks like there's a number of John Rosenberger covers from this era on different romance books that have a similar layout where there's like a big female figure in the foreground on like one side and then people in the background. And so I'm just guessing this is Rosenberger. Simplified design, cool sky. We're losing a lot of like the elements. 154. Okay, new logo for 154. Also Neal Adams, the late great Neal Adams. One of his romance covers. You can't really tell that it's a Neal Adams. It doesn't really look like his work. But 2 people are about to meet, and the saddest love story you've ever read is about to begin. Yep, these people are about to just plow right into each other. I haven't read this one, so I'm assuming they run into each other and then they just sort of like crash right off the sidewalk into the street and then get run over by a city bus. So that's what makes it so sad. I don't know for sure. Don't love the logo. It's just very busy with the 2 different fonts, and then the young has all the stripes in it. I know they're trying to actually become younger and hipper. We're going to see them go through several logos, although they're gonna keep this logo to the end of this video. That's where I have the cutoff, is when they switch logos. 155, again, we're getting the designs with the big figure foreground, smaller figure background. I'm so excited, Mother. Tomorrow I'll be married to Vince. Oh no, how am I going to tell her what happened? Oh no. Giant crying lady in the foreground on 156. Phil, she is home, but... another classic, 157. I just showed this off recently in my last haul video. My Mother, My Rival, Nick Cardy. He did a couple classic covers. This is maybe I think probably his most famous romance covers is this one here. 158, really cool cover, really nice. Nighttime, lakeside scene. It's the right time in the right place, but the wrong boy. 159. I don't know who drew this, but I just have a gut feeling tells me it's Cardy. And I think it's because it looks like some of his Aquaman covers. I don't know. The Woman Hater. Trouble, you're nothing but trouble. Get out of my life and stay out. Can't you just see like this is Superman and this is Jimmy Olsen in his drag outfit? It just looks like one of those. 160, very bold color choices here. With the green and yellow. I mean, I think this is, the rest of it's supposed to be white, although mine's gotten tan, but this is Goodbye, Karen. I can't dig your kind of love. Can a boy and a girl find love when they come from two different worlds? Structurally, this is actually in really nice shape. It's just got the discoloration. But we're seeing some funky, like, late 60s typography going on here. 161, classic romance design. He went right by me, and after all we meant to each other. The crying nurse turning her back on one side, facing this way, the other happy couple facing the other way. Classic design for these. 162. You ride off and marry that greasy bike bum, and you don't have a father anymore. There's a lot of covers like this. I'm having trouble identifying some of the artists. I don't know whether this is Pike or Cardy, because they both have other bad biker guy romance covers. I think it's Pike. I don't always love the way he draws the men's faces. But there's a lot of these. Like, oh no, there's a dirty biker guy running off with the all-American girl. 163. Mother was right. They can only squeeze you dry until there's nothing left but tears. But why can't I forget him? Crying girl, big head foreground, little people background. The little people in the background are actually quite sketchy. Here they're very they have a very loose, sketchy quality to them that's a little unusual for these. 164, wheelchair cover. A lot of these from this period as well. Get out. She doesn't need your pity. Go ruin your new girl the way you ruined my daughter. My love is guilty. Here's the new girl waiting to be ruined in the foreground. And this guy's like, he's wearing like a Wonder Man safari jacket. 165. This is a cool cover. Okay, let me show you. My copy is trash. I got several that had the corner cut off. I think that was something to do with remainder copies. Okay, we got the crying girl. It also has like a bad mustiness coming off of it. But the letter is actually a letter to the comic book. National Periodical Young Romance. Dear Laura Penn, my name is Tony Anderson. I am 16 years old, and everyone says that my life is just beginning, that I can have my pick of boys, then why do I feel like my life is ending? So this is a cover about someone writing into the comic. I love it. I love it. I love the meta-ness of it. 166. Wedding cover where someone's marrying the wrong woman. Why couldn't it be me? I'm as pretty as all my friends. They all found someone to love. Why can't I? Unusual, the sticker is 19 cents. I have a number here of comics from this period where there's a 12-cent logo that's been covered by a 15-cent sticker, but this is a 15-cent logo covered by a 19-cent sticker, which I think is the only one of these I have. Okay, finally, last one for this video, because it's the last one with this logo. It's 167, Have a Fling with Young Romance. I know I'm doing wrong. He belongs to my twin sister, but I can't help myself. You can, you could, you can, and you should. But you didn't. Retribution. So, that's the end of part 1. Next time around, I'll have the rest of the run. We're going to pick up with 168, where they go with the new logo. We're going to take it all the way to the end with issue 208. 208, 207, 208. I forget now what the last issues. I think it's 208. So we're going to have all of those next time, the second half of the DC run. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. It's just so fun to go through these. It's so fun to go through and have all of them to go through. So I'm really excited. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time.